To wrap up our series on homelessness, this evening we have a story about the obstacles veterans face and how in some cases they end up finding themselves without a roof over their head. There are many VA-funded programs in place to help these veterans, but sometimes it's just a matter of if they can overcome the struggle to ask for the help they need. The National Call Center for Veterans received over 12,000 calls related to veterans who were homeless in the 2015 fiscal year, and approximately 2,000 calls for homeless veterans in the northern part of Michigan's Lower Peninsula alone.
It's definitely an issue in Northeast Michigan. I cover Alpena, Elkona, Presqu'île, Montmorency, and Iosco, and I see vets from all over those counties needing help. Mainly Alpena and Iosco.
Supportive Services for Veterans Families program and local community agencies are available to assist homeless veterans find housing. And if they're open to relocating, the Veterans Affairs Clinic also has transitional housing in Gaylord, where a veteran can live for up to 2 years with no income because finding a job after combat can sometimes be difficult.
Some of them might have specific health needs and need some time off for appointments here or there, which can be a challenge sometimes with an employer. They also struggle to some extent to fighting with stigma, and we really need the community to understand that, like any other population, there are those who struggle.
But having the available resources doesn't mean much if veterans aren't willing to ask for the help that they need.
It's very important that we recognize it's difficult to reach out for the help, and culturally, men have not always been encouraged to share their emotions. So with the men at times it can be more difficult to share their emotions about combat, and we need to allow time.
It's definitely a very proud subcategory of people in the area, and sometimes we've seen vets that will want to go camping instead of going to get help. Well, that's still homeless, and so we do try to reach out to those vets and say, hey, it's okay to ask for help.
Community members and other veterans reach out to the VA clinic saying that they know a veteran who may be experiencing homelessness and need help.
There is a certain recognition that for someone who has given their all for their country, we should not allow them to be homeless.
Overall, these programs are trying to help veterans before they even get to the stages of homelessness.
If they get help when they get back, they can often work through many things. The difficulty is that wartime experience will never leave them, but they can learn to manage it as opposed to it totally managing them. And veterans can be very supportive of one another, and that's where many of the programs we have can be helpful to them.
In Alpena for WBKB News, I'm Bethany Rishardi. Be sure to tune in all next week for our final series of the month focusing on childhood cancer.